Hey guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Vienna and I am your local real estate expert in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So today is a video dedicated to my home buyers out there or people who are going to be home buying. And it is a specific video that caters to what you should expect when you are home buying, or also what you should expect as you are home searching. And so I wanted to combine both of these things together into one video. It is a pretty easy video to digest. It's nothing complicated. We're not going to be talking about paperwork or anything like that, nothing too technical. What we're going to be talking about is how to mentally prepare for the home buying experience and what you should expect so that you can set your expectations accordingly. One of the first things that you're going to most likely expect, depending on the market that you are in, whether it's a seller's, neutral, or buyer's market, is that you are going to be on the home search for a little bit longer than you may think. I'm sure you as a home buyer have a certain expectation of what you should expect in your next or first home. And so a lot of the searching in the beginning is going to be more about balancing out what your budget is and also what you can do with that budget and what you can realistically get with said budget, what you are approved for by your lender or what you have in cash, etc., whatever your financial situation is. And so a lot of the first homes that you'll see, you more than likely will find homes that you love right off the bat. But I would caution you to, if you are new in the home buying experience, you're a first-time home buyer especially, to take your time and not rush into things when you are new into the market, because you have certain expectations, but you also don't want to jump the gun too fast. And the experience is and should be very exciting, but I would strongly advise as a home buyer to slowly roll a little bit and definitely get consultation and advice with your real estate agent to help you stay on track on what exactly your next or first home is going to be. So you will be shopping a little bit longer than you think when you are on the market looking for a house. And this is especially true during a seller's market, of course, for obvious reasons. There's less inventory. You may find homes that you love, but you may be on the search a little longer because the home availability is going to be a lot less, and you may not get the home you want on the first try as opposed to what it's like in a buyer's or even a neutral market. So that is one of the things you should definitely be expecting based on those conditions. And so moving forward, one of the other home buying expectations is that you will need to be aware of the other stuff you have to get prepared for before you even move into a home in your previous living scenario, whether it was with renting a place or you were living at a family member's or you were at a different home. You kind of have to figure out timeline wise, and your real estate agent will help you with that as well, on how to time it so that when you are buying your next home, you are ready to go into the next home or your first home. You may have to pack earlier if you are in a rental scenario and your lease is coming up sooner than you think. You may have some time to pack if, say, the seller for the house that you're wanting wants a lease back, and so on and so forth. The next thing during your home searching is that you're looking for your house, right? And luckily you found a home that you like and you are ready to put in an offer on to your house. And so when putting in an offer, this is where us real estate agents shine, of course, is when we guide you through how to put in an offer under your terms or what terms that you are comfortable with so that your seller could hopefully accept your offer. And so when figuring out how to write up an offer. None of us, aka the real estate agents, expect you to know how to write an offer. That is not your job, that's our job. The only thing you should be expecting in that regard is to be able to ask your agent anything regarding any of the paperwork on the contract and any additional amendments that you want to add on to the contract, etc., etc., and what you want to convey in the sale of this house to hopefully be sold to you guys. And so really the only expectation in that is that you should be open and honest with your agent on what you feel comfortable with in the type of offer you want to submit to the seller. And if you are unaware of certain things, which of course is not weird, it is not something to be embarrassed about, and you should not be expected to know any, if at all, any of the details of a contract. So the real estate agent will mention things you may have missed. And so it becomes a real learning experience when writing an offer. So don't feel like you're alone in that. Just know that when writing an offer, there are a lot of parts to it. And so you kind of have to know that that comes with, obviously, the home buying process. And depending on the kind of market, and if your offer doesn't get accepted the first offer you put in into a house, you may have to do this several times. And so just kind of depending on the situation. So there is that as well. The next thing that I feel like is very, very important to note is that, say, for example, your home gets accepted by the seller, now you are under contract, which is fantastic. So what is the next thing that is very, very important during this home buying process? I'm not going to go into every single detail on like what needs to get done during option, earnest, all that stuff. I have plenty of videos that talk about those already. What I want to emphasize is that during the entire process, from the acceptance of the contract to closing, you have potentially pretty much that entire time to negotiate. And so negotiating is a skill that us agents know and do every single day pretty much. That is part of our job. That is one of the reasons why we're hired. But we are negotiating in favor of you or whoever we're representing. And so with your buyer's agent, seeking them for advice and how to smartly negotiate so that you as a buyer are comfortable with the terms of the contract, and there may be some going backs and forths with the seller during the duration of getting funding. And so that is, of course, if you, the buyer, are getting funding for the house, which most people are, so that's why I'm mentioning it. And so negotiations are bound to happen. It could happen really, really fast. Maybe it might not happen at all, but just know that just because you have a contract executed doesn't mean that it is a for sure done deal. It is not a done deal until a house is sold and given to you guys or sold to you guys, and now you have a house. So really, it's pretty much an ongoing like sprint to the finish line when you get an executed contract. So it is not over just yet, and there's plenty of things to do in that time frame. You're going to be pretty much busy the entire time. It'll be stressful. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's gonna be pretty stressful, and when you're a first-time home buyer, you may feel some anxiety, some unsureness, some, you might feel a little lost in it because there is a lot to think about and go through with the home buying process. And if you guys wanted to know more about the financial aspect of what you should be expecting, because that is obviously a big one, then I go ahead and link the video up here, the gray bar. I did make a separate video about that because that is way important and deserves its own video. So if you want to know about financially preparing yourself to buy a house, then go ahead and check that out. But yeah, that is pretty much the gist of what you should be expecting when you are on the home buying side of things when you are going into a market expecting to buy a house. Just know that these are some in general things to keep in mind when you are shopping. And so yeah, I hope this helps you mentally prepare for my home buyers out there who are considering going on the market, or if you're currently on the market and you're just like, I could have used this sooner. Here you are, here you go. And if you like real estate content like this, go ahead and subscribe. I upload videos every single week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.